A vehicular homicide case ends with a guilty plea, and a man with 18 previous DUI convictions is arrested after a DUI crash. I'm Nick Collum, and this is the Mountaintop Daily. Today was supposed to be the beginning of a vehicular homicide trial for a crash that killed two Prestonsburg High School students in 2023. Instead, the defendant entered a guilty plea as part of a last-minute plea deal. Sheldon was in court today for the proceedings and has reactions from the victims' families.
Here on what would have been day one of his trial, Marcus Logan Oxher has pleaded guilty. Marcus Logan Oxher pled guilty Monday morning in Prestonsburg at the very hour his trial was to begin, accepting 2 charges of vehicular homicide, 1 count of first-degree assault, a count of leaving the scene of an accident, and 1 charge of driving while under the influence.
Mr. Oxher, go ahead and raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the statements and testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right.
Oxher wrecked while intoxicated in 2023 with 5 passengers in the vehicle with him. 2 of those, McKenna Barnett and Kendra Marino, died from their injuries.
And as always, please don't drink and drive. And our biggest hope is that Kendra and McKenna's peers learn from their mistake and don't get in the car with someone who's been drinking and driving.
The plea comes after 2 mediations between Commonwealth's attorney Brent Turner and Oxher's lawyer in the case, Ned Pillersdorf. Turner said the agreement came just after the second mediation.
I also want to thank, all of the kiddos that's been here throughout everything. I know it's hard on them like it is us, and I'm just so grateful for them to stand up and be strong and make it through this with us.
Oxher agreed to a sentence of 13 years imprisonment with the condition that he would serve at least 85% of that time before being eligible for parole. His sentencing has been set for July 17th at 9 a.m. in Prestonsburg. Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Sheldon Compton.
A Magoffin County man with a long history of impaired driving is now facing felony and other charges after a DUI crash in Prestonsburg last week. On Tuesday, April 29th, 44-year-old John Daniel Mullins of Salyersville was driving along US 23 near Bull Creek Trade Center when he rear-ended another car that had pulled into the turn lane. At the scene of the crash, officers reported that Mullins was lethargic and unable to stay awake and that he had numerous track marks on his arms. He was taken to the hospital for injuries from the crash, and police requested a blood test to determine his impairment level. During their investigation, police learned that Mullins has 18 previous DUI convictions as well as a pending DUI charge. He has now been charged with first-degree wanton endangerment, felony DUI, felony driving on a suspended license, fourth-degree assault, and numerous traffic violations. He is being held on a $100,000 cash bond. Coming up after the break. With spring now here, you just know the Pikeville Farmers Market couldn't be too far behind. We'll take you to this year's opening when the Mountaintop Daily continues. But first, sports and weather.
With this Mountaintop Sports Report for Monday, I'm Brittany Rowe reporting. 2 of our coaches for the 2nd annual Teddy Painter Memorial All-Star Game have been announced. On the girls' side, Emilia Priest, former Paintsville Lady Tiger and current women's basketball player for UVA Wise. On the boys' side, 1998 Kentucky Mr. Basketball and Marshall University Hall of Famer J.R. Van Hoos. Our other coaches will be announced later this week. The Teddy Painter Memorial Game will be held on Wednesday at the Old U Pike Gym at 6:30 p.m. Reporting for Mountaintop Sports, I'm Brittany Rowe.
When the government took Social Security away from honest Eastern Kentuckians, Attorney Ned Pillersdorf got the hearings declared unconstitutional. When the women guards were harassed at Little Sandy Jail, Ned fought back, securing a $1 million verdict at trial. And when the state tried to shut down Cordia School, Ned fought back and kept the school open. Attorney Ned Pillersdorf fights for the underdog, and he's ready to fight for you.
Hey everyone, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager at Appalachian Wireless, where we've got small town roots, but we've also got nationwide coverage that stretches from Pikeville to Portland, and yes, even across the pond. Lots of solutions with great prices and even better service. And when you need help, you're not stuck just pushing buttons on a call menu. You're talking to someone right here in our region. We care about keeping you connected wherever you go because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The Pikeville Farmers Market held its first pop-up market of the year on Saturday, giving local shoppers a sneak peek at all the goodies to come later in the summer. Robin went and spoke with some of the vendors.
This past Saturday marked the first day of the Pikeville Farmers Market, located off Adams Lane next to Pikeville Independent High School. Despite cloudy skies and the threat of rain, vendors offloaded their trucks and set up their wares, ready to welcome customers and summer. Featured goods included plants, eggs, homemade treats, jewelry, candles, honey, tea, and more. 2 new vendors shared their stories with Mountaintop News.
I've always been crafty and I've always liked to make things. Then whenever I got pregnant, I really wanted to make a baby blanket for my son, and it's a little bit faster to crochet than it is to knit, and it was something I had never really tried to do. So it took me a couple days, but I sat down and I taught myself how to crochet so that I could make that first baby blanket for my son, and then it just kind of expanded from there. I plan on being here as often as I can this summer.
My wife and I, we've kind of got started out of our home, and we're kind of trying to reflect the unique and rural traditions of Southeast Kentucky and kind of our family history. We're trying to bring that together and bring that back into the community to show what we have to offer and just bring unique gifts and opportunities to the area. This is our first farmers market and we're excited about it. We're excited that it's here in Pikeville, Kentucky, right in our own back door, just to reach out into our community and just to get to know people more through farmers market.
The Farmers Market runs 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Saturday through November 22nd, and starting in June, they will also be open on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 7 p.m. There are still a few open spots, and inquiries can be made to Emily at the Pikeville Extension Office by calling 606-432-2534. Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Robin Tillman.
That will do it for this edition of the Mountaintop Daily. Be sure to check us out at 6 p.m. every weekday on Mountaintop TV, the Mountaintop TV app, and the Mountaintop News Facebook page. With your Mountaintop Daily, I'm Nick Collum for Mountaintop News.